Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We are still in our series, going to be here for a while, about contest day management. And we've covered that flatness scenario, which is a little bit rare because you talk about ectomorphs who are just, already grinding through a lot of food, and yet they still have a problem getting full enough. And Adam and I talked about how you really need to be aggressive for them leading up to a prejudging. But Adam, what if that person just throughout the entire day, and maybe it's a 2-day judging scenario. We have a lot of those now where people compete on a Friday and a Saturday. What if they just can't maintain their fullness? What would you do when you know you've got time throughout the day? How do you test those waters, and how aggressive are you willing to get?
Yeah, it depends on how far off the mark they are. If they're having a hard time maintaining fullness, we might push up food through that day a little more, especially since there's going to be a tomorrow scenario. That food that you do that day actually could affect them tomorrow as well. And that will go back to kind of looking at that night set and kind of see how they look, making sure you're pushing food, maybe even push sodium and water up a little bit at the end of that day too, just so they wake up hopefully a little fuller, a little more water in the muscle cell than before, and make that second day, hopefully when they're in the overall much better position than the day they're having a hard time maintaining fullness. But a lot of times I'll still turn to sodium and water to help them maintain that fullness, and just kind of move things as much as I need to. But also keep in mind that they have a big appearance tomorrow for being on stage as well. You just don't want to push up sodium so high that it ruins them for the next day as well. So just managing that a little more.
That was going to be my question, because I gave the scenario of a client that had to drink an entire gallon of water while pumping up just to really get that fullness. And guys, when your sodium and your carbs are where they should be, water can literally be unlimited, because you're not going to get any of that pushed out into the muscular, outside the muscular system. What's going to happen is, first of all, you may just fill up your bladder as your body is using what it can in the muscle tissue. That's your only worry, is you're going to be on stage and have to really go to the bathroom. But what I was going to ask Adam is, we keep talking about increasing sodium a little bit. And I think you can reach a point where you do have an aldosterone shift, or you've just crossed a line where, like, carbing up too much, you can sodium load, and it's going to take a little bit of time to rectify that. So when you keep mentioning increasing some sodium, how much are you using per meal or per dose?
Yeah, so I might use anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 milligrams for a relatively big change. So and then a lot of times closer to the stage, I will use the Morton light salt that does have some potassium in it as well. So you're seeing, the potassium go up a little bit with the sodium, and that can help, mitigate that aldosterone shift as well. So you're just not seeing such a big divide between sodium and potassium.
On 500 to 1,000 milligrams, because I agree that is an aggressive move, and you prefaced it that way, that if you need a big change, that's what you'll go for. Have you ever seen that go too far, where it's like, oh crap, I just crossed that line and now we've blown this?
I did this weekend, actually. And but I will say this. I told the client, I said, we're going all in for prejudging. This is where it's going to count for us. She'd never had class win before. I knew she'd be happy with just that. She actually got the class win. So, but we definitely saw it at the night show. There was just kind of a point of no return in tightness. We did what we could. We kept food low. We did a little extra activity. Just had her walk to keep her temperature, and that just fluid turnover a little bit as well. Typically when people walk, they'll sweat a little bit. So I had her go on a walk, and it helped, but we used a lot of salt. I want to say we used 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams about an hour out before prejudging.
Well, I'm glad you had that story, because there is truly a limit to some of these biological processes. So And that's great, because I want to talk about that in our next episode, which is going the other direction. Now, what if you end up too soft for different reasons? There are definitely, alternatives to why that could happen, and you have to understand exactly what's happening. So thank you guys very much for watching and listening, and we will catch you next time in our next episode in this contest day management series.